So I don't know if I'll ever figure out a way to insert this into any kind of video, but I thought I would start to document my thoughts on what I think I'm going to be doing for my entire life. I've been overweight, like since I was in like 3rd grade. By the time I reached middle school, I remember I weighed about 213 pounds. By the time I was a sophomore in high school, I was teetering around 300. At my highest, granted I haven't weighed myself recently, I really hope I'm not higher than my highest right now, but it's possible. My highest was 327. When I was 16, I moved to Fort Wayne with my aunt, and I started Weight Watchers, and I lost like 100 pounds in about 9 months. And ever since like that weight loss, or because I was able to do that weight loss, I just told myself that I could never do weight loss surgery, that it was the easy way out, that it's cheating or whatever. And it's just the mindset I've always had about it. And my best friend, when she told me she was going to get the surgery, I just remember thinking, like, why? Like, because at the time she had done like keto or whatever, and she had lost, I don't remember, 40 or 50 pounds. She'll have to remind me. And I just remember thinking, like, why? Like, you can do it on your own. So once again, it's that mindset of like, why do surgery when you can do it on your own? Well, the thing that I never thought of, or it never occurred to me, I guess, is that, yeah, I lost that weight when I was in high school. But what I don't mention to people is that I didn't meet my goal. I was still 60, 70 pounds away from goal, and I quit. And that's been the story of my life, for a lot of things, but especially weight loss, is I quit. Now, I have never had a successful weight loss like that, and that number since. After having Charlie, I had lost like 50 pounds or so, granted. And even in my pregnancy with her, I had lost 10, and then after I had her, I lost like 50 or so. But I didn't keep it off. I quit. That's what I do, is I quit. For a number of reasons, because life gets stressful. And like, I have this really weird mentality that if I don't have like very specific foods in the house, or maybe we're running a little low on food, or maybe we're running a little low on money, or whatever the case may be, I'm like, well, fuck a diet. I can't do that right now. Like, I posted on Facebook recently, and maybe in a video, I'll insert the screenshot here if I can find it, of the status. But it was basically like, I have this mentality of, if my life is stressful, how can I possibly focus on losing weight right now, you know, with everything going on? And it's like, but that's just adding more stress, because I'm still overweight. I'm still, you know, like. So anyways, my friend Sarah had her surgery, and after she had it, I've been asking her some questions and just trying to learn more about it. And like, one of the things she had said to me was, she didn't say it directly to me, but one of the things that I inferred from the information she gave me is that it's not a magical pill or a cure or a cheat at all, because you still have to work for the weight loss. Does surgery help? Obviously. But it's a tool more than anything, because you still have to watch what you eat and exercise, especially watch what you eat, because you don't want to like hurt yourself, or like whatever the case may be, depending on what surgery you have. You don't want to like rip staples or whatever. But the thing she pointed out to me was, the surgery is kind of like for people who do this yo-yo dieting like I do. Because another thing is that for most insurance companies, they require you to do 6 months of supervised weight loss before surgery. Now, when I first heard that, I was like, okay, so say you do that and you lose a good amount of weight in that 6 months, isn't the insurance company going to be like, well, if you can lose the weight, then why are we paying for you to have surgery? And it's like, no, they want to know that you can do it so that after surgery, you keep the weight off. Like, it's not about that you can do it on your own, because, yeah, you probably can, but your history shows that you can do it, but you don't stick with it, or it doesn't stay off, or whatever the case may be. So I am seriously considering surgery. Probably gastric sleeve, which is what my friend had, for a number of reasons. It's just less complications and whatnot, less side effects or whatever. So I have a doctor's appointment this week for my postpartum checkup, which I'm late for because I avoid going to the doctor whenever possible. But I'm going in for that, and I'm going to talk to my doctor about it and see if she thinks I'm a good candidate. For my insurance to cover it, your BMI has to be a certain amount, which, trust me when I say mine is. And then you have to have at least one comorbidity, like diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, a few other things. And right now, I don't have any. Like, my blood pressure is always fine. During pregnancy, it wavers, like it's a little high. I don't have diabetes. Granted, my numbers the last time I knew were like normal high or high normal. But I am wondering if I have sleep apnea because of this dream I had the other night where I was like in the water and I couldn't get to the surface. And I don't know if it was just that the dream felt that real or I actually stopped breathing in my sleep, but I woke up feeling really, really short of breath. Like, I didn't necessarily gasp or anything, but I felt super short of breath, and then I was just terrified to go back to sleep. So I'm going to see if my doctor will order a sleep study, because if I do have sleep apnea, one, I will then qualify for the surgery, and two, weight loss is one of the few things you can do to treat sleep apnea. So that is where I'm at right now. I'm going to talk to my doctor. I don't foresee her being like, no, I think that's a bad idea, because I mean, I've seen her for 5 years. Granted, most of my time with her has been pregnancies, Jen, Charlie, and Henry. But I've seen her for other things too. She's also my, general, what is it called? What are they called? You can't answer me. Primary care provider, whatever. But I really don't think she'll have an issue with it. I mean, at the end of the day, it is my choice. But I would really like her support. I'd like her advice. And then maybe she can tell me how we get started. I don't know if she starts the 6 months supervised and then refers me somewhere, or if she refers me and then they're like, okay, let's start the process, but your doctor has to supervise. I don't know. I'll have to ask Sarah how that went with her, but I need it. Not to get emotional, even though I'm feeling emotional, but I'm on my period, so excuse me. But I was telling my brother the other day that I am tired of my weight being what defines me. And it is in my head, because chances are no one else is thinking about my weight. I mean, even if they are, it's not a significant amount or whatever. But I'm just tired of feeling the way I do, because I know, one, the sleep apnea. I'm exhausted all the time, which is another reason I think I have it. Always exhausted, and I've always just blamed it on this or that. But maybe it is the sleep apnea, in which case weight loss will help. But I'm in pain, my hips and my pelvis. So we never figured out why my pelvis hurts so much, but chances are it's my weight. I want to have more energy. I want to be around for my kids. I want to be proud of myself. I want my kids to be proud of me. I want to set a good example for my kids, because the mental part of weight loss is what I struggle with, because I'm such an emotional person, because I'm an emotional eater. And, you know, Sarah was telling me, because that's one thing I'm worried about, is having the surgery. And it's like, physically, you know, yes, like things should be going right, but mentally I'm afraid that I'll still be in that like bingey, like food addicted mindset. And so far Sarah said that hasn't really been an issue for her. Like, obviously everyone's different. But I can't keep doing this. I can't keep this start and stop. And what's really embarrassing is every time, like, you know, Facebook shows you your memories or whatever, like, you don't have to share them with anybody. They're just for you to see. Not that they could still see them, because they still exist, but they'd have to search for them. But these memories, it's like every year I'm posting about how I'm trying to lose weight, and it's like, but here I am 8 years later, fat as ever, you know, and nothing's changed. So I'm tired of history repeating itself. So hopefully this voice memo I will be able to put into a video. I don't know what I'm going to put on the screen during it. But I just wanted to get these thoughts out, because when I'm driving, yes, I'm driving, but I'm not looking at my phone. When I'm driving is when I have all these thoughts, and like I can like talk to myself, if that makes sense, like clear my head. So yeah, as of today, which is August 23rd, I think. Sure, we'll go with August 23rd. That's where I'm at. So maybe after I talk to my doctor this coming week, I'll like do an updated one. Oh hey, it's me, looking sweaty and gross as ever. Before I get into the rest of this video, I want to kind of edit what I said in the voicemail memo you just heard, if you have made it this far. While that has been Sarah's experience so far, I've been doing a lot of like deep diving into other people's journeys with the surgery. Specifically, there's one person I found who still does struggle with binge eating. So obviously that is something you still have to address regardless of surgery, if that's an issue. And I do think I have an issue with binging. So that's something to keep in mind. That's not going to go away, probably. You still have to work on your issues. Like I said, the surgery is just a tool. Sarah, stop messaging me. I'm busy. Go. Anyways, so it is September. I think it's the 4th. Yeah, the 4th. I spoke to my doctor, and she just looked at me and she's like, I think it's time. So she's on board. They sent the referral. They were going to send it to the bariatric center in Muncie, but they only do the lap band procedure, and I do not want that for several reasons. Mainly because there's a lot of like revision surgeries you have to go in for, and you don't lose as much weight. They sent the referral there, and they sent the referral for my sleep study. I got the call from the bariatric center in Indy today, because they do the other procedures as well. I did the like orientation today, like the seminar, it's virtual. I got that done, and then they called me back to schedule a consult with the surgeon and dietitian, which is September 28th. But she did tell me so far it looks like I do meet the criteria. I don't know if that's like even without any comorbidities or what, but either way, we're still doing the sleep study. And my insurance will cover it. So I've started the process. I assume at this virtual appointment is when the dietitian will start my 6 months supervised, which I think I'll have to go in most of the next 6 months after I start to see the dietitian. And then at the end of that, I think is when, you know, they'll start doing all the like preoperative testing. Although I think they send it in for approval to the insurance at the end of the 6 months, and then once they get that back, that it's been approved, then they'll do preoperative testing. Like I think they do an EKG, some cardiac tests, lab work, various other things to make sure that you're suitable for surgery. I've never had a surgery, so I should be fine. I don't have any heart issues that I'm aware of. But yeah, that's my big announcement, is that I've decided to have weight loss surgery. And I feel good with that. I feel like it's like the only thing I can control in my life right now, and it's time I did something more drastic about it. What was the other thing I was gonna say? What was I gonna say? I know some people have like their opinions, and that's fine. I get it. I was one of those people who was like, that's horrible, don't do surgery. You hear horror stories of people who've had weight loss surgery, but the reality is that like the rate of complications is actually pretty low, you know. The one thing I will say is I am leaning more towards an actual gastric bypass at this point, instead of the sleeve like Sarah had, because I have a very high BMI. The doctor will, I assume, agree with me on that, just depending on, I mean, unless I just happen to lose a lot of weight during the 6 months, which I'm losing weight right now, but, you know me. I am leaning towards the bypass. It does have the potential to give you dumping syndrome, which it's mainly if you eat really high sugar foods. So maybe that'll keep me from eating high sugar foods, and then your body just will naturally absorb a little less calories. And there's a greater weight loss with that surgery. And since I do have so much to lose, that's what I'm leaning towards. So this is going to be like a little series on my channel where I update. I am still doing Weight Watchers. I know it seems weird to be losing weight before I meet with like a surgeon for weight loss surgery, but I'm just trying to eat better, because regardless, I'm going to have to eat healthy after the surgery. You know what I mean? So, and they do, anyway, either way, I'm going to have to lose some weight before surgery, because it just makes it safer. The lower your BMI is, the safer the surgery will be. So that's where I'm at. I will update you guys the day I have the consultation, which is the end of this month. We'll do a video then, I'll talk about, you know, how that went. I want to document this journey, because I know for me, for someone who was thinking about it, I did a lot of research on Instagram looking at people's things, and I haven't looked on YouTube, so I might go do that. But I also want to provide information as well, if I can help somebody. So yeah, that is that. That is my big announcement, I guess. I hope that people are supportive. You know, like I said, I understand people's point of views on weight loss surgery and the negativity surrounding it, but yeah, I just hope that everyone can be supportive in my decision. So anyways, that's it. It's hot as fuck in this van. I just wanted to do this before I went inside, because, you know, kids are loud. But I will see you guys in any of the other videos that I upload before the end of this month. I'm still going to be doing makeup videos here and there. They don't do very well on my channel. I'm still going to do some what I eat in a day videos, because I'm still trying to eat healthy regardless. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I'm just kidding. That was lame. That was really lame. Just bye.